So on October 29th, the President of Kenya, William Samoei Ruto, met with the C.I.A. Director, William J. Burns in State House. Though many of us are letting these things slide, in today's video, I want just to share why the meeting between Kenya's President and the C.I.A. Director should be of a concern to any Kenyan citizen and any African, because the C.I.A. we all know about it, and when the office of the president released the communication on why the president met the C.I.A. This is what they had to say. They said that it was about enhancing security cooperation to address terrorism threats and related challenges. But when it comes to terrorism threats, we have had this Al-Shabaab saga for a very long time, and we never saw President Kenyatta nor President Mwai Kibaki bring in the C.I.A. We have been able to handle that without the need of the C.I.A. But my biggest concern is and related challenges. What are these challenges that they don't want to mention? Now remember, in Kenya tumekuwa na maandamano mingi sana of late since the finance bill. Each and every time people are on the street demonstrating, and it has been a thorn to the skin of the president. Could the C.I.A., because remember, C.I.A. is all about criminal intelligence. They do deal with intelligence. Like, to be honest, they deal with intelligence. And maandamano is something that has been planned, but hawako wanajua nani ana plan. So without taking much of your time, I want us to delve into the history of the C.I.A., then why this should be a concern to you as a Kenyan citizen. My name is Mobali Derrick. Welcome to the Political Spotlight. Now, the C.I.A. was founded by former President of the United States, that is the late Roosevelt, and it was led by World War I veteran or hero who was called General William Bill Donovan. It was called back then the Coordinator of Intelligence, and this because it was used to cover or to seek intelligence for the army, for the U.S. government during that time of World War I. Now, the C.I.A. was structured during World War II. From its size, organization, and its mission, it was transformed with a title that reflected on the importance of strategy in intelligence gathering and clandestine operations. Go look for what means by clandestine operations. That's why I'm telling you, you need to be very, very concerned as to why the president is meeting with the C.I.A. Now, Donovan led the organization to collect, analyze strategic information, and conduct unconventional and paramilitary operations. Remember, C.I.A., those who have watched U.S. films, the C.I.A. usually has agents that don't have uniform. All they have is a card, and it's really hard to discover or to pinpoint who is a C.I.A. agent. And even if you check on the movies how the C.I.A. operates, they operate in a very shadowy manner. Now, National Security Act of 1947 established C.I.A. as an independent civilian intelligence agency within the executive branch of the U.S. government. Now, quick fast out of all that, to 2013, the Act of C.I.A. had only 5 priorities. The number 1 is counterterrorism. C.I.A. gathers intelligence to help the United States of America government to know who is a threat to national security and who is working with terrorism. Number 2 is non-proliferation of weapons of mass destruction. C.I.A. is tasked with locating weapons of mass destruction before they are used on civilians. Now, indications and warning for senior policymakers, and here is why I'm telling you as a Kenyan, you need to be very, very careful. Indications and warning for senior policymakers. Policymakers are people who make policies that transform governments, and in Kenya we have been making policies through demonstrations to transform our government, and the C.I.A. is tasked with gathering intelligence on this field. These people have a very high social media network. They have a very high educated individuals who deal with cyber security and all that. So it will not be very hard for them to get to know this. The other thing is counterintelligence, and then lastly, cyber intelligence. Remember, everything that has been happening in this country for the past few months, it has been happening online. Not knowing who plans what the DCI does, it's just arrest people, I think, without much evidence. And the coming in of the C.I.A. is to make it easier for the government to pinpoint who is planning what, who is talking what on social media. We are having many abductions. Okay, they cannot lie to us that CIA is coming to help bring people who have been abducted back, yet the government has the DCI to do that. So the CIA is here to literally seek intelligence. It's not about terrorism. It has been so long since the Al-Shabaab attacked Kenya. It has been very, very long. It's not about terrorism that is facing Kenya. It's about the demonstration. It's about the uproar of Kenyans on what is happening in this country. So, as a Kenyan, you should be concerned as to why the government is meeting the CIA. Throughout its history, CIA has been the subject of numerous controversies in the European nations, both at home in USA and also abroad in Russia, in China, in any country. Now, the agency ran an operation codenamed C.I.A that ran from 1967 to 1974, where they routinely performed surveillance on Americans who are part of various peace groups protesting the Vietnam War. This is what I'm telling you, you need to be very concerned. Kenyans were protesting against the government. CIA ran a codename C.I.A program on Americans who are protesting against the Vietnam War. The operation was authorized by order of President B. Johnson in October 1967, and CIA gathered the information of 300,000 American people and organizations and extensive files of 7,200 citizens. The program was exposed by the Church Committee in 1975 as a part of the investigation into the Watergate scandal. Kenyans, you need to be very, very careful. Why is the CIA all the way from America coming to engage itself, an organization that deals with intelligence gathering, coming to involve itself with our government, yet we have the DCI? The government should come out clear on why the CIA is here. Are we slowly becoming a colony of the United States? We know the president was given a very, very huge red carpet in America, and that came with a lot. To corner IMF on us. The other day, so the Cabinet Secretary for Finance explaining what you have to do, how they queue lines to be given loan in IMF. Now we have the CIA. Kenyans, it's time we wake up. It's time we just be careful and be keen on any move made by this government. The coming in of the CIA is not about protecting us from counter-terrorism. The coming in of the CIA is about gathering intelligence on who, when, where, and what is being planned. My name is Movali Derek. This is the Political Spotlight. Please leave your views on why the CIA is in Kenya on the comment section. And also remember to hit the subscribe button. See you again on the next video.